And welcome back to our Crusader run. So we have a couple of level ups to give here. Nicholas has reached level 10. Is becoming slowly a somewhat reliable damage dealer. Take the plus 3 resolve here, I suppose, for mind over body purposes. And I guess we'll take Underdog at this point. Magnachar has reached 80 ranged skill. Get that fatigue and resolve up. Now Magnachar is actually a decent target for the greed perk. I don't think I'll be picking it just yet, if ever, but it is something that would significantly boost his effectiveness in combat. So for every 10,000 crowns you have in your stash, you gain plus 1 on a 1.5 melee skill, melee defense, ranged skill, and plus 2 resolve. The downside of this perk is that it divides your global barter by 1 plus brothers with this perk. So overall we would be making less money if we take this. So we won't be taking that just yet, at least. We'll see if we ever want it. Or if we want it on some other character in the future. If I ever take greed, I won't be taking it on more than one character. So there are plenty of decent to good options here. We could just take Killing Frenzy for more damage. We could take Rotation for utility and safety. We could take Perfect Focus already. Can do a little bit with it, with 84 fatigue and mind over body resolve of 87. We could also take double strike for more damage. It's a bit unreliable though. Could consider sundering strikes for damage. Haven't done the math on any of that, so not sure if sundering strikes is actually something that we would benefit from that much. We could also actually make a thrower out of him, or we could have done that. We should have done that earlier if we wanted to do so. I kind of missed it for whatever reason, because he has access to backs and belts, quick hands, and throwing mastery. So kind of similar with Akir here in that regard. Doesn't get a few good perks like Battle Flow though. I'm leaning towards rotation here. So in fights where he'll not be able to contribute much in the way of damage, at least he'll be able to rotate others. So let's just pick that. Make sure we remember that we have it as well. And let's take this quite easy fight here. Just trying to accumulate more wealth. So we can just end turn with almost everyone here. The ranged people can shoot. Once the zombies have moved up. Okay. Let's inspire the Crusader for next round. Use that perfect focus a bit too early there. And we wait for them to come to us. Let's inspire Nicholas. And now let's just start killing them. Oh, I keep forgetting Akir's thrower for some reason. Don't really have anything insightful to say about this. Just whacking away at zombies. Let's baffle them. Inspire Nicholas once again. Battle flow is going to increase Akir's combat effectiveness quite a bit once we get it. And since these guys have Backstabber, we are getting hit on Shararek, who has 66 melee defense. Because he doesn't have Underdog. Nice shot there. 2 left. Three left. And once again, 2 left. And one more. Well, 3 more. And one more. Okay. So, easy fight. Got 3 level ups out of that. Some more coins to sell. Okay. So the Crusader reaches level 13, and since she is an avatar character, she gets another perk. Gets a new perk every other level now. So, yeah, I was gonna go Executioner here. And I guess I will. For some more damage. Elika has reached level 11. I suppose she gets fatigue here. Armor is kind of mediocre at the moment. So immovable object isn't all that valuable just yet. Though we might pick it anyway. We might also just pick like Bandage Mastery for safety. So it will take a long time for her to actually be able to do stuff in melee. But we could already go with 100 swords if we so chose. Could also just get like shield expert maybe. Let's level up the Vala first. While we ponder about what to do. Let's get Fortified Mind. And Elika. So she's a tanky character. But might eventually be able to do damage. Pragmatic will help with the melee skill. Doesn't get fast adaptation. I don't know. Let's go through here, see if we can bust some more camps. We have enough food, we have inventory space. Brigands pass through here. Let's see if we can kill them. Okay, we meet a wanderer. I am unsure if this is... I think this is added by Legends mod, this event here, but I am not completely sure about it. On your travels, an old man sits atop a crumbling wall. Normally this would be of little concern, but instead their frail body is draped in dark cloth while their face is muzzled by grey, broken hairs. The figure pulls out a pipe and begins to feebly puff on the smaller end. Without looking, he beckons you over towards the wall and brushes the moss from the top of it. Fine day, stranger. He puffs some more, but otherwise masks his intentions by looking straight through you, as if to peer deeper into your thoughts. I collect things, sellsword. Many things that you would never see in your life. Things that are lost and found again by the wrong people. He carefully holds aloft an ornate skull which has been tethered to his belt by a chain thick enough to hold a giant, as if the skull would run away and frolic as soon as it was broken. The man puts his pipe down and holds the skull in both hands, casting it to his own eyes and peering deep into the sockets. My friend here, one of many, says that I carry and collect too many things, that I should share their brilliance with others who may spark an interest in the hunt. I'm willing to part with one of these objects for a small sum of 2,000 crowns. He places the skull on his lap, which stares intently at you with socketless eyes, as a dog would guard its master. Okay, so I have no idea what happens if I take the relic. I have chosen, how about we just take everything you have, old man, before. And that might be actually the option we take here as well, because even though we are a righteous crusader, this guy also could be a necromancer. He keeps talking to a skull. And he's a little fishy. So I think we'll just take you everything you have, old man. Oh. I think I usually, well, I don't know. I usually like gain money by doing that instead of losing it, but I have no idea. The old man thumbs his forehead as if you hadn't said anything at all. You watch his hands for a hidden dagger that never comes, while he puts the smoking pipe away in a hidden pocket and gently puts the skull back into its velvet cradle. He lets out a long sigh and bows his head. Fine. A bolt grazes your shoulder and heralds a stumbling mass of undead. Yeah, so the guy was a necromancer. That stream from behind every tree possible, steadily followed up by the more organized march and screaming silence of legionaries calmly making their way into their formations. Sorrow begins to cut, crush, and push their way through the encircling horde to a small clearing. The undead have lost interest for now, but aside from the cuts and wounds of the company, your purse strings were cut in the confusion. Okay, so we lost quite a bit of money. And I'm pretty sure, thanks to these spelling mistakes we have here, that this is from the Legends mod. But I think this is the end of this, so we lost 2,000 crowns. Kinda annoying. But apparently we had a huge fight with the undead that we didn't get to do either. Okay, so a few brigand leaders, a hedge knight, a master archer, a bandit veteran, and a few blacksmiths. Well, with some help. Also there's some monks, so we can't break these guys. This is actually a tough fight. So if we take that, we will probably need to use nets. But I think we will take it. It will be quite tough, probably. I'm not too worried about the leaders, but the Hedge Knight can do a lot of damage if we are not careful. The blacksmiths could be quite deadly as well. They're kinda tough to kill. They hit super reliably even against high melee defense targets, and they destroy your armor. Yeah, I already talked about the leaders. The veteran might be... well, it's probably fine. The squire and the witch hunters aren't too tough. They are quite sturdy though. And the monk will be able to keep their morale up. So let's see if we can catch up to them before a noble group decides to take them out. Or these bronze heads here. Okay. So we should probably level Eilika before we do this. Well, we will take immovable object. Let's see how much that does for us. Gain +5 melee defense, so decent. What else do we want? We could take Taunt. That is pretty useful. We could take the Shield Expert. Don't have a good shield, so we should repair these. What helps us currently? Oh man. Do we have a 100 sword here? We do have a noble sword. Okay, so this might be a bit stupid with only 69 melee skill, which isn't that nice, but let's go ahead and take that 100 sword mastery. She does have lumbering for +10% melee damage as well, and we will be able to boost that melee skill if she survives. Gets 10 more skill points from the training equipment. And gets the post level 11 levels for melee skill. Let's give her the noble sword. But also some nets, I guess. So we are gonna need them against the Hedge Knight at the very least. Quite possibly against the blacksmiths as well. Maybe against the bandit veteran. Start Gunhild out with a net as well. Okay. So let's turn down the combat speed. So we have a couple of decent high ground options here for our ranged guys. We will need to engage them for them to actually rush us though. Okay, that's the Hedge Knight. Armor is kinda mediocre though, which is actually a good thing for us, of course. So this guy won't be as difficult to kill as they usually are. The weapon is dangerous, as it always seems to be with Hedge Knights. So preferably have someone nimble like Shararek tank him. They do have a nice little spot here with this high ground. We can take these positions though. And after we do take them, they will start to rush us here. Okay, there's the blacksmiths. So I think we'll probably take this little hill here. Or a mound, or whatever you'd call it. And probably stay put with most of the others. Though we might consider taking these little inclines here as well. But we shall see. So we could, for example, move Leif here. Leif and the Crusader there. Or Leif here, the Crusader somewhere here. That's a bit more safe. Let's wait for now. Okay, so if we rotate the Crusader twice, we get one slash in on one of these guys. So I guess we will. And Shararik. So if I want Shararik to tank the Hedge Knight, we should move Shararik somewhere here instead of here. The Hedge Knight might not go through this southern part, though he might decide to do something else, like go north, for example. We'll see. So I'll be a little bit silly here. So I'll rotate Thorolf out of this spot with Magnajar. This costs 3 AP, so we'll shoot a bolt from this position. Let's shoot at this raider here. Get a nice hit in, and then we will rotate Raimonda to that spot. And also gain some vision. Okay, now we'll rotate the Crusader. Akhir can wait. Thorolf can move forward. Okay, this veteran will be difficult to hit with that shield. Also, he has 380 body armor. That is insane. That is actually insane. Okay, let's move Gunhild slightly further. And now we can do some perfect focused things with Raimonda here. Can probably kill this raider. Don't have a clear shot on a blacksmith, for example. Okay. Goodbye to you. Let's shoot at the Hedge Knight. Or... yeah, sure. Good job there. So, this is why perfect focus is so good. If only she had access to battle flow as well. And killing frenzy and stuff like that. But yeah, good job, Raimonda. Okay, so Nicholas is nimble. We could use him here. So we do need to leave some melee guys here. Or we could just take this spot. It's probably fine. Let's do it. Okay, the Vala can move, I suppose, here. The Smith can take that position. Let's move Leif. Yeah, sure. Let's go aggressive. And Sophie can inspire. I suppose the Crusader is a good target. Okay, now we get 2 slashes. And with Adrenaline we'll be able to kill at the start of next round. Or we should be able to kill. So can't really throw things from here with Acure. We might eventually actually pick up crossbow and firearms mastery for situations like this. Also doesn't have Pathfinder to make this easier to reposition. So Torov can take this spot, which makes this spot relatively safe for Acure. Let's go ahead and do that. Or Torov can take this spot. And if someone goes there, actually, they'll probably just die. Thanks to Nicholas and Torolf having the high ground on them. And Acure is nimble. Okay, let's do it. Oh. You're not dead yet. Has 9 lives. Okay. Sure. That might actually be good for us, because now this blacksmith cannot take that spot. Even with the low ground, those blacksmiths are super deadly. Okay, so this blacksmith here needs to die. And, well, this blacksmith just took priority by getting next to Acure. Nice damage there. Okay. I don't think I'll be using a net on this blacksmith. Let's go for the 70% here. Gets a hit in. Okay, Leif, you can finish the job, hopefully. Good. So we could go for a split here. But let's just go for the regular overhead strike. Also, this Hedge Knight is doing weird things. Okay. Whatever. So, what do we do with you, Sherrick? Do we tank this Urban Goodman here? Or do we move to the middle? Let's not do anything just yet. Vala can take this spot, I guess. Sure. Also, Raimonda doesn't get access to recover, so eventually we will want a -3 fatigue cost crossbow if we are able to find one. It doesn't really have a good shot on anyone. Guess we'll take this one. It's probably gonna hit this blacksmith. Okay, we hit the Bull of Hockern into the cheek. Cheeky shot there. So we could just let Urban Goodman here walk up to us. It's a tiny bit risky because he might, for example, rotate with this War Dog and target Blanca de Vala here. We should be able to kill him before he is able to actually kill the Vala. Or we could just tank him with Elika or Sharrik. We'll see. Okay, let's inspire Nicholas so he can hopefully get the kill on this blacksmith. And if this blacksmith dies before he's able to do so, then just target the other blacksmith. Okay, now that blacksmith is fleeing, so we can do our throwy maneuvers. Okay, maybe we should wait that he's actually dead before we do anything there. Goodbye. Getting next to this blacksmith with someone who's battle forged, that's terrifying. Even with someone with 59 melee defense. Well, she should be able to live, even if she gets hit. So let's do it. And we might actually take this low ground position. We will get hit by the Bull of Hockern if we do so. This, I think it's a sword lance or whatever. No, it's a sword, staff, spears, something. Anyway, it has a bonus chance to hit, and it will have a high ground advantage. But it doesn't do that much damage. Then again, there's also the problem of this Hedge Knight. So if we take this spot, the Hedge Knight might join the fight here, and that is actually kind of scary. So let's just wait, reconsider. Okay. I suppose we'll try to tank Urban Goodman here with Jararik. The problem is that Urban Goodman has an axe, so he's going to destroy the shield. We only have one shield, and it has taken damage already. So maybe that's not the best plan. Maybe we'll let Elika handle it. Or maybe the Crusader. Rotation would help. You don't have it. Don't want to take this spot. Don't really want to take this spot. I'm not going for Urban Goodman. Do I go for a flank? I guess I do. Also, if this Hedge Knight decides to come back, we can maybe use Jararik to tank that. Good job, Akir. Good job. So we could move down with Eilika, but I suppose we'll just let Urban Goodman here do whatever he wants. If he takes this spot, we can use a net. We have the Crusader, we should be able to handle it. So now might be the time to move Thorolf. Yeah, okay. Slightly risky, but I think he has the best armor we have. And there's a zombie. This zombie is probably quite useful for us, actually, because the Bull of Hawkern is quite likely to target it instead of us. So I could tank Urban Goodman with the Crusader. But let's wait. Okay, Urban Goodman is retreating. The Bull of Hawkern decided on another approach. Was not able to hit us. Which left him in a disadvantageous spot. Okay, that's completely fine with us. So take that. And that. And there's the monk. So we can't really break anyone's resolve easily in a fight where they have a monk. Monk to just use, what is it, rally the troops. So in those fights, if we want them to flee, we will have to kill the monk first, usually. At least it's not reliable. Can't rely on them fleeing if they have a monk. Okay, Nicholas. So I can get another Swayhander overhead strike in with Leif if I inspire him. Guess that's pretty good. Jarek can go for these guys. Okay, Eilika, just wait. This veteran is not doing what I want him to be doing. Would have preferred him to engage us somewhere here. That would be a very valuable armor to dagger down. It's going to be super difficult though with this shield. So probably won't be doing it anyway, but we'll see. So we could use the net on the Hedge Knight already, but I think we'll wait. Okay, so the Crusader can advance here. Off with your head. Can use adrenaline here. Not sure why I would do so though. And let's just hold this spot with Eilika for now. Guess Gunhild can provide a little bit of support here. We get another zombie. Nicholas is starting to lose hit points. Hedge Knight goes for the zombie. We need to kill this zombie in order for Akhir to be able to do anything. Okay. Now the question is, what will this bandit veteran decide to do? I'm predicting he wants to take this spot, but we'll see. We could just deny that. Start hopefully tanking this Hedge Knight. Sharik is in trouble though against that guy because he doesn't have Steel Brow. Might actually die if we get unlucky. But we don't really have a better person to handle tanking the Hedge Knight. So I guess we will. That also denies this bandit veteran that spot. Yeah, so Leif has 7 action points. But I don't... Well, Eilika could rotate Leif forward here. It's a bit of a risky spot though. And if we do so, Eilika won't be able to throw the net on the Hedge Knight. Or we could just inspire Leif so he can move on his own. And if we put Leif next to the Hedge Knight, we kind of invalidate what we did with Shararek here. Because the Hedge Knight is just going to target Leif instead. Especially with the high ground advantage that he will be able to have. So probably won't be doing that. But let's inspire Leif and move him to this spot. Let's use the net there. So it's quite likely this bandit veteran will actually be able to flee from us. It's a bit of a shame because we would like both his armor and his shield. So if we want that to be prevented, we should probably throw a net here. Just quickly check how many people have daggers. Torolf has one, Nevar has one, Charrick has 1. Leif has 1. So 4. Quite unlikely we'll be able to dagger him. This Master Archer is also a priority target because the bow is worth a lot of money. Slightly annoying miss there. Let's take this spot if we are able to make this Master Archer not be able to flee. We are unable to do so. Could do it with... well... maybe we could do it with Aven, but we didn't use Adrenaline. I just killed Leif's target, by the way. So maybe we do take this spot, after all. The Hedge Knight is in a net and it has taken quite a bit of damage already. We could also move here, maybe with the Crusader. Let's try that. Okay, 15. Go for a overhead strike here. Pretty good hit. Okay. And the Hedge Knight is dead. Maybe we didn't need to use the net, but it is better to be safe than sorry when it comes to Hedge Knights. Especially when we are still relatively early on, even though people are starting to reach level 11 and beyond already. So Margareta, how can you contribute? Just move, I guess. And we'll see if this veteran wants to engage us or not. So I don't think this archer is fleeing just yet, but it's getting close to that point where it will. So we might consider using a net already on it, just to make sure we are able to kill it before it decides to flee. We can always buy more nets. So sure, whatever. Let's get the shield out. So Nicholas is able to get next to the archer. Ouch. Okay, so Nicholas taking damage here. We need to kill the archer pretty fast because that Scramasax or whatever, it's going to be able to kill Nicholas if we take too long because of the bleeds. Also, this witch hunter actually can also contribute to the death of Nicholas, even with a short sword. So with that in mind, we might use a net on Urban Goodman here just to facilitate his death being slightly quicker. Okay, so the veteran isn't fleeing just yet, but we don't want to get next to him when he took this high ground position. Let's try to push this witch hunter. Torov can take that spot. Could also move Gunhild next to the bandit veteran, despite what I just said, but we'll see, we'll see. I don't think I want to get next to the veteran while it has high ground. Okay, Magnachar has rotation, so if this veteran decides to go for Remonda, we should be fine. There goes the Master Archer. So I'm predicting this veteran will flee now. I'll just let him go, I think. We will meet many more. They will also come with heavy armor and these shields. Do we actually have a dog, though? We do. So, we might sacrifice the dog, actually, if this veteran flees. We'll see. Urban Goodman is unable to break free from the net, and as predicted, this bandit veteran is now trying to escape. I think I'll just let him go. It's a bit far away. The dog will quite likely die. Let's see what happens. So Gunhild should be able to tank him. Executioner granting us more damage against Urban Goodman there. Keep running out of stamina despite having mind over body and throwing mastery on Arcure. What the? Not sure what that was. Okay. So if we release the dog here, it should probably go for the veteran. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Let's release the hound. That is kinda towards the veteran, but not really. Okay, Gunhild, go for the veteran, we'll see. Okay, dog went for the witch hunter instead. Monk down. Witch hunter down. Let's try to catch up with the veteran. Probably unable to do so. That's fine though. Take that! It tickles! Okay, yeah, it's able to flee. Okay, so if we had used the net earlier, we would have been able to keep him in the fight. But like I said, it's fine. We'll get better armor some. It just might take a while. Got a decent helmet. Got the chain mace. Got the sword staff. And the fighting axe. Okay. Let's save. I think that's enough for this session, so thanks for watching and see you next time.